pop junk, hit the switch on my candy toy. Candy sweet, a candy bitch, you looking at a candy boy. I done came down Main and pop junk, hit the switch on my candy. Hold up.
What's good, people? It's your boy Jay the Actor, aka Mr. J Weeks ENT himself, back with our show again. Really now? Really? Here with my man, Mr. Tim Jones.
Hey, what's happening, family? How y'all doing today?
We got a good one. Today's topic is going to be social networks. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good for relationships? Is it bad for relationships? We're going to get into all of that. Now, of course, before we get started with our show, we always have to let you know where you can find us at. Always, you can catch us on Facebook at jweeksentertainment.com. You can catch us on Twitter at jweeks_ENT. And, of course, we have our own Twitter page, Really Now. We have our own Twitter page, Really Now TV. So go online, go to Twitter, go to at Really Now TV. Tell somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to tell somebody to go follow us on Twitter. Alright? Submit all your questions that you have, and even if you have your own idea for what a topic on our show could be, submit it to us. We may consider it. So that's where you can find us out on there. So today's topic is one kind of close to me, you know. My man Tim, I had to bring you again because I got a lot of, friends and family members that's been talking about this thing, social networks. Everybody's talking about social networks, the good, the bad, everything. So we just gonna go right into it. This is gonna be a 2-part segment. So this is gonna be part 1. Y'all can check us out next Thursday for the second part. So before we get started, you gotta let the people know. Do you have any social networks, any Facebook, any Twitter, anything, man?
Well, I'm in the Stone Ages right now. I really don't mess with that too much. You know what I mean? It's definitely a good thing to have. I just I push back on it a little bit.
No Facebook, man? Everybody got Facebook. My grandma got Facebook, man.
Nah, player.
No Facebook?
Nope.
Oh, man. Hey, people out there, you got to get my man Tim a page, man. Get him a Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything, man. Now, of course, you got to let the people know. Now, do you not use Facebook and stuff because, you don't want the drama or it ain't your cup of tea? Help me. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know why you don't get down with the social network. Let them know what's going on, man.
I got you. It's a good question. And I'll be honest with you, I've heard good, bad, and ugly.
Probably
but,
bad.
A lot of both. But I'll say this, I don't feel like it's a bad thing to have. I think some people abuse it.
Okay.
And then they use it as an excuse, you know what I mean? So there's some people out there that's doing some bad things. You know who you are.
And we're going to pause right there. More than once you go no further. Well, I, of course, do have a Facebook, J Weeks Entertainment. Catch me on Twitter at jweeks_ENT and my personal page at J the Actor. So I do use the social networks. Being a business owner, I got to go on there to network. So I utilize it for those purposes. And I feel like it's a great tool, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. Now, sometimes you might catch me on Instagram, checking out models only because I'm looking for talent for J Weeks Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We always trying to take it to the next level. So don't even worry about that. If you see me like a couple pictures with the models in it, I'm just looking for talent. So if you're a talent person trying to look for something, hey, holler at me on Instagram, J.Weeks. Anyway, so with that being said, we realize you don't have no social networks. That ain't the thing.
Right.
So the next thing, man, do you think that people can have successful relationships and still have, the social networks and everything like that? What's your take on that?
I feel like definitely you can have a good relationship and work out on social networks, do your thing out there. It's a matter of, your integrity and your character. You know what I mean? Because,
big words.
I just break it down. Like, if you're going to cheat, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. People are cheating right now.
So speaking of that, what's the worst story you done heard? I know you don't get down with it, but you had to hear some stories about somebody having some type of experience. What's the worst story you done heard about the social networks?
I'll give you this little brief one. I know of a person who, a friend of hers was out one day, checking out some things on Facebook. And she happened to get on her page and see her husband's page. So she clicked on her husband's page. This dude got links to big booty holes and some other stuff out there. And so she went back to her friend and was like, yo, this is what your husband's looking at out there. And so, I can understand the wife, she felt kind of bad because...
so the wife didn't know?
She didn't know.
Wow.
So she felt bad because not only was he doing what he was doing, but people seeing it and it's coming back on her, like, you know, makes you like a fool, you know what I mean? So you really do some salt in the game for them, man.
Oh, that was a good look.
Yeah.
Well, I guess bad look for
Yeah,
him.
bad look for him.
Well, I mean, I feel like this. Social networks are good tools, you know, to make go ahead things happen. I think about, you know, Facebook. Take Facebook lesson. I remember being in college, 04, 05, man. Facebook was crazy. Everybody was on it. If you was in a computer lab, you had a computer, your phones, whatever. Everybody was on Facebook. Like, you can do nothing else but hit Facebook. And it was a good tool because you got to see people you went to school with. You got to see, you know, people you ain't seen in years, you know, family members, everything. So I thought that was a good tool. I think the problem really was when they started letting everybody in. Because then you got people, you know, 50, 60 years old trying to be friends with you. Like, we don't have no friends in common, yet you liking my pictures and you trying to get a friend request. Like, that's what I think they messed it up with that. You know what I'm saying? They would have kept it closed for just, you know, the colleges, you'd have been good. But to your point about the whole, you know, stepping out there type joint, I feel like you got to decide on what side of the fence you're going to be on, right? There's always two ends to the spectrum, right? So I look at it like this. If you're going to be a player, my man, you better be the best player, or female, be the best player that you can be. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do it right. Do your thing all the way out. On the other hand, if you're going to say, hey, I'm going to do the faithful thing, the relationship, then you do that. You know what I'm saying? But make sure when you out there, you following people and you sending messages back and forth, you let it know this is what it is. It ain't nothing like that. You know, it's a social thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a good networking tool. So you got to let it be known what it is. You know what I'm saying? So what about your wife? Does she use any of the social networks for that?
She's had Facebook for quite a few years, and you know,
and you cool with that?
Not a problem at all.
Okay. Now the big question everybody will know: does she have in a relationship or married on there?
Absolutely, she has. She
know what it is.
But you know, this is also the way she does her profile picture is the family. It's her, myself, and my kids out there. So everybody knows, you know, who she is and what she's about. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem. I prove 100%, and I don't check her stuff. I don't, you know, ask her who she's friends. That's really not my concern. If you got those kind of questions right there, that's already a problem.
So you feel like if somebody is, you know, as they say, you know, Facebook stalking, you know what I'm saying, or twatching for all my Twitter haters out there, you know what I'm saying, following, they checking to see if they significant other, what they doing. You said you think it's an insecurity problem with them?
It's definitely insecurity, you know, and I hate to put it out there like that, but 9 times out of 10, when you so concerned about what the next person doing, it's because you're doing something.
You heard it. I know there's some females out there talking about, yes, we talking to you, so all them twatches, checking to see what your boyfriend doing. What you doing? So I like how you put that, because like you said, you know, people now kind of abuse the joint. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. You got people who promoting, and the thing about my thing is this: Twitter. Twitter is the one place I gotta break it down for you, since you ain't no Twitter, you don't tweet.
I appreciate it.
So Twitter is for, you know, pretty much it's to be anybody you want. Man, Tim, you can make a page right now and you can be a billionaire of an oil company if you want to. And don't nobody care, because it's Twitter. It's only Twitter. You can be anybody you want. And the thing is, people make all these little profile jokes and they have this whole little facade of what it is. So I think also people look too deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, you know, who is this? Why you look like this? If you guys be to the point where you got to be twatching people and following him and trying to follow his friends and see what he's doing, then obviously you got a problem yourself. You need to be go ahead and do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? If you got to the point like that, that's how I look at it like that. But like I said, a lot of people, you know, have, you know, mixed feelings about the joint. But like you said, everybody don't use it. You know what I'm saying? So now, Ken, with all this being said, can we go ahead and agree that you're gonna get at least a Facebook, man, or something?
Well, you know, I'll go ahead and say it. I've already started in the works setting up one for my business. So again, I see a great value in having one for business. You know what I mean? But you got to make sure you set it up right. And make sure that the parameters are set right. You know
yes, I mean? Big booty hoes, don't be following him. Don't be sending him messages. Send it to me. No, jokes. Just playing. Just jokes. That's just joke. But yeah, so, I mean, those are all good things. Like I said, we're going to finish the second part of this. But like I said, we wanted to get into some things because we got so many people, you know, mainly women. It's like, why the guy doing this and why the guy doing that? But I feel like it's both sides. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. You can't really say it's all men. You can't really say it's all women. You got to be secure with yourself to know what you're doing, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't really secure about what you're doing, don't jump out there in the social network. If you trying to go ahead and be a player, be a player. You know what I'm saying? I think you said this before, man. I remember one time you told me, you said, I told my son, if he gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. But break that analogy down for us. He never heard that before. But I never heard that before.
It's real simple. It's old school, but it's simple. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it the best you can possibly do. Give it 150, 200%.
Exactly. You can't be no polar bear, no koala out there trying to do something. If you're gonna do it, be a grizzly. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be the faithful dude, be the most faithful you can. You know what I'm saying? Put in a relationship with XYZ. Put pictures of y'all on there so everybody know what it is, so they can be hating. Because they're gonna hate anyway. You know what I'm saying? You got the people out there that's trying to, mess up your joint. And before we go, let me just go ahead and break this out. I have a lot of ladies talk about guys ain't this, they ain't that, they, all they want to do is this and that. But check this. So you may go on Instagram. What's an Instagram? Because that's pictures. You got chicks on there that's half naked, all types of drink. Then they attract the wrong type of people. They got all these likes and this and this and that. But then they want to say, oh, guys are nothing. I call that a thirst trap. Break it down for you. Thirst trap. People that are thirsty for attention. They sit there and take all these little pictures with the duck faces and all these mirror joints, and then you got on the little bikinis and all these other joints. Oh, I'm in the joint taking a bath. And you gotta have a tub. Why we gotta know that you in the tub? You know what I'm saying? Why you can't just? Why do we have to see a picture of that? I feel like you going out there and putting yourself out there, but then you get mad when you attract the wrong attention. You know what I'm saying? My man Dave Chappelle broke it down for us the best. He said, it's like if I, as a person, would go out there and have a whole police uniform on, you know what I'm saying? The gun, the belt, the badge, everything, and somebody came up to me and was like, Mr. Officer, can you help me? And I'm supposed to be like, hey, just because I have on this uniform, you think I'm a police officer? You're attracting the wrong attention. Again, I'm not saying that, that it's wrong. I'm just saying, just know when you do that, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to attract. I mean, what you think about that?
Be careful what you ask for.
Damn, straight like that. If you're gonna be out there with something like that, then what you expect?
You gotta, like you said, what do you expect to get back? You know what I mean? Somebody send you some lollipops, something like that. You know what I mean? When you putting that kind of stuff out there, you're gonna get that kind of response.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
So don't put yourself out there unless that's what you're trying to do. If you try to be thirsty, be thirsty. Hey, be as thirsty as you want to be, but don't try to play 50. Okay? Play 50. That's our drink. Play 50.
Break it down.
So ain't nobody never heard this. Maybe you have, but if you haven't. So there's 100. Of course, 100 that's perfect, right? But then you got half of that is 50. So you got people trying to go halfway. They want to be, I'm out here and I'm posting all these pictures on here, but I don't want nobody to say nothing. What? You got dudes out here talk about these chicks ain't nothing, but yet you sit up there liking all the pictures of chicks with big butts. What's going on? Make your decision of what side you gonna be. Don't play 50 is the more of this whole thing. Exactly. So back to the social network thing. If you're gonna be out there and be a player, be a player. If you go out there and do the faithful thing, do that. Don't get caught playing 50. And before we go, I'm gonna let my man Tim Jones leave us with whatever you have to give to people, you know what I'm saying, with this topic, man. Just like that.
It's a great topic. We talked about this many, many times before. And like I said, it's all about responsibility. At the end of the day, like my man said, don't play 50. Be who you are, and everything will work itself out.
What it is.
That's what it is.
Straight like that. So this is gonna wrap up our first segment of the social networks. We're gonna come back next week for part 2. You gonna be here, man?
Most definitely.
Let's go. Next week, catch us for part 2. Really down social networks. We're gonna go into it. We're gonna get some female perspective, so y'all don't just feel like we picking on y'all ladies. We're gonna get some female perspective so we can get on there. So as always, check us out on Twitter at jweeks_ENT. And again, our brand new page, Really Down TV. Make sure you follow us. Catch us on Facebook, J Weeks Entertainment. And as always, thank y'all and support the arts. We out here.
You see, I come from that bottom. Yeah. Come on, I'm on my grind. Gotta get the money. See, I come from the bottom, man. You haters can't take nothing from me. Come on. Yeah. Now, off top, you money come first. And if you wanna keep hating, I sit you down in that hearse. And I should chop and screw my verse so you haters can better understand.